One of the good things that the fashion industry will take from this is that it does allow for a little bit of self-regulation. They, at the end of the day, are responsible for having the models produce these certificates. They're responsible for conducting these checks. So it's almost as if the regulators are saying, OK, we're going to keep an eye on you, but we want you to keep an eye on this yourself as well.
Because I'm wondering, what happens if you are just naturally really thin? It could be deemed as discrimination, couldn't it?
Yeah, I mean, that is a great point, actually, is that, you know, even if someone was ill, for example, you know, the industry's got a responsibility to show the complete spectrum of all the demographics of people. Where these regulations, I think, are advantageous is that I think it's a BMI of 18 or less that is hopefully going to be banned by the French Assembly today. This is what the US Health Organization states as being kind of clinically unhealthy. So it's almost like a cut-off point. Yes, be thin. Yes, be thinner than the general population. But once it starts getting to unhealthy territory, really that's time to start banning it.
And is there a difference? I'm just wondering, is there a difference between the advertising industry and I guess the fashion industry? I mean, or do they work?
I mean, absolutely, that's a great point. Obviously, it's a symbiotic relationship. You know, the two rely on each other for publicity and promotion. But what people need to understand is that it's not actually the advertising industry itself making the decisions on the size of models that they want. Yes, OK, they might lean towards a thinner type of model for certain...
Yeah, because they've got to drive it, surely, right? Because the agency who represents the model will say, sorry, love, I can't use you because the advertising agency or the designer wants, you know,
absolutely,
stick thin or whatever.
And ultimately, you think they're going to take a look at the castings that they get in and go, right, we want this person, we want this person. And of course, in the modelling industry and the fashion industry, it's going to be based on aesthetics. But it's actually more the theatrical agents and the modelling agents that have got a responsibility to look after their clients. There's a huge amount of pressure on both the agent and on the models themselves. And really, the book lies with them in making sure that these people are healthy and that they're looking after their careers as well.